guys, welcome back to part 2 of our arithmetic. So if you are looking at this as the first one, this is part 2. So go back so that you can do part 1 with us. It's reviewing adding with carrying, which I know we know very well, but I want you to hear it and review it again with me. Also reviewing our terms for our addition problems and our subtraction problems. So if you are on this for the very first one, this is the second, part 2, okay? So go back so you can review with us over addition with carrying when the number in the whatever place that we're in is too big. If it's over 9, we have to carry the next term over to the tens or to the hundreds or thousands. And then knowing that add end, sum is our term for addition. Then we reviewed subtraction, checking the top to make sure that the number on the top is bigger, and then adding going down, starting in our ones place, working over, simply subtracting, and then knowing your terms are minuend, subtrahend, remember under, sub, so you can't mix these up. You can do add end obviously, but you can't have a subtrahend then minuend. It's minuend, then subtrahend, and finally your difference. So we need to have that in our mind. So if you didn't get a chance to review that with us, please go back and do that. And then you can come back to this video and we'll start our new concept that we're going to be talking about today. Congratulations. We've done our addition and subtraction, and now we're on to something else. I've got this sheet of stickers and I'm trying to figure out a quick way of finding out if I have enough stickers for everyone in the classroom. Well, I could look at this sticker sheet and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, I have enough. But that took a long time. That took so many extra seconds. And we know, you know how crazy Miss Monroe is about the time of what we have to do during the day. And we don't have any seconds and minutes to waste, that we have to use them all and get our work done. So there is a faster way that I could do that. Instead of counting all of them, running out of breath, I could look at each row and say there's 4 in each row. So we'll do 4 plus my second row of 4 plus my third row of 4 plus my fourth row of 4 plus my fifth row of 4 plus my last row of 4, my sixth row of 4. And then I can simply add 4 plus 4, you tell me, 8 plus 4, 12, plus 4, plus 4, 20, plus 4, 24. And then I can find my answer, but that felt like it took just as long, if not longer, to go 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16 plus 4, 20 plus 4, 24. That's just as long too. There's got to be a faster, better way. And there is. It's called multiplication. Yay! We're going through our addition and subtraction and remembering and reviewing those, and then we're going to push on to the beginning of our multiplication. It's just starting, and it gets better and better and easier as we go through the year. So I hope that you're as excited as I am. Instead of writing all of these 4s and adding all of these 4s, I can figure out that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 going across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going down. So all I have to do is say 4 times 6, and because I know my multiplication tables, 4 times 6 equals 24. I will automatically know there's 4 times 6, there's 24 stickers. Oh, I have enough. How fast was that? So much faster than counting each one or adding 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. I can just say 4 times 6 equals 24. So much faster. Now, just like with our addition and subtraction, multiplication also has terms. And the terms for multiplication, just like we said, or as we said, it'll be similar to addition, because what is multiplication, we said? Just a faster way of adding. So the terms are going to be similar. So the top number in a multiplication problem is called a factor. Guess what the second digit is called? Some of you are way too smart for your own good. Yes, just like these are both addends, these are both factors. Factor and factor again, smarties. So factor, factor, and then the answer is different like it is for addition. It's called the product. Can you say that? Product. So it's factor, factor, product. Say that. Factor, factor, product. So addition is add and sum. Good. Subtraction is minuend, subtrahend, difference. Say that again. Minuend, subtrahend, difference. And multiplication, factor, factor, product. Very good. So those are the terms for multiplication. Now we're going to start with our first multiplication table. And guess what it is? It's 0. We have to start with somewhere, and we always start with 0. So guess what? Anything that I multiply by 0, even however big the number is, the answer is always going to be 0. So we're just going to simply go through. Think about it. If I had bags and I had nothing in any of my bags, and I were to have 18 of those bags, and there was nothing in any of them, how much stuff can I give to you from my bags? I can't give you anything, right? Because there's nothing in them. There's 0. So 18 times 0 is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So we're going to say our 0 multiplication table. So we start with 0. 0 times 0 equals 0. Say that. 0 times 0 equals 0. And then we're going to add the other numbers all the way down to 12. Okay? 0 times 0 equals 0. 1 times 0 equals 0. 2 times 0 equals 0. 3 times 0 equals 0. 4 times 0 equals 5 times 0 equals 6 times 0 equals 7 times 0 equals 0. 8 times 0 equals 0. 9 times 0 equals 10 times 0 equals 0. 11 times 0 equals, and 12 times 0 equals. You did the first multiplication table. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. 0 times anything equals 0. All right, I'm gonna test your skills. We'll see how smart you are. What about 85 times 0? Yes, it is 0. What about 926 times 0? Good, it's 0. 9,897 times 0. It is 0 again. 1,695,284 times 0. You're too smart. Okay, no. Just wait. 14 quadrillion, 326 trillion, 9 billion, 692,834,296 times 0. You're good. It is 0. Very good. Anything times 0 is 0. So since that was so easy, we're just going to go on and learn our next table, which is the 1 multiplication table. anything times 1 is the other number, okay? So anytime you're multiplying by 1, whatever the other number is what the answer is going to be. So 0, we know that 0 times 1 though is going to be 0, the other number still, but 0 times anything is 0. 0 times 1 equals 0. 1 times 1 equals, right, 1, right? Because it's the other number. 1 times 2 equals 2, right? Not 1, because remember it's the other number. So whatever you multiply the 1 by, it stays the same as that other number. So 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. Yes, 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 5 equals, yes, 1 times 6 equals 6. 1 times 7 equals 7. 1 times 8 equals, 1 times 9 equals 9. 1 times 10 equals 10. 1 times 11 equals 11. And 1 times 12 equals 12. Very good. Now we can even switch the factors around. Just like we can switch addition. I could put this number on the top and this number on the bottom and it won't change the answer. We can do the same thing for multiplication. So now we're going to switch the numbers, so it's not going to be 1 times whatever, it'll be the other number times 1, okay? So 0 times 1 equals 0. 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 1 equals 2, good. 3 times 1 equals 3, good. 4 times 1 equals 4. 5 times 1 equals 5. 6 times 1 equals 6. 7 times 1 equals 7. 8 times 1 equals 8. 9 times 1 equals 9. 10 times 1 equals 10. 11 times 1 equals 11. 12 times 1 equals 12. You just did 2 of your multiplication tables today. Yippee! So how easy are those, right? So that's what you're looking at on page 9. Page 9 in your books. You have 0 and 1 as factors. So factor 6 times 0. If you have, sadly there they have the spider webs. If you have 6 spider webs with no spiders, how many spiders are there? There's none, because there are no spiders on any of the webs. So when 0 is a factor, the product is always going to be 0. Now, when 1 is a factor, the product is the other factor. So if I have 1 web with 4 spiders on it, then how many spiders am I going to have? 4 spiders. Or if I have 4 webs with 1 spider on each, how many spiders? There's still 4 spiders. Very good. So multiplication is putting groups of numbers together. And multiplication, multiplying by 2, is just like doing doubles in addition. So if I have 3 groups of 2 butterflies, how many butterflies are there? It's going to be doubled, like 3 plus 3, but it's 3 times 2, it's 6. Very good. If I have 4 groups with 2 butterflies in each, how many butterflies do I have? 8. Excellent. What about if I have 2 groups with 10 butterflies in each? 20 butterflies in all. So do you see how that works? So when we get to 2s, it's just doubling. It's just like if you were adding your doubles together. So something important to remember. All right, so on page 9, section 1, write the correct term beside each number in A. And remember what our terms for multiplication are. And it's in the box at the top. Factor, factor, product. So you're going to write that in there. And then you're writing the products for A through I. So 7 times 1, 0 times 3, 8 times 0. You're just going to write the products on and the answers there. So put those in there. And just like all of our other mathematical equation problems, they can be written down or going across, either way. Then look at the story problems, read those carefully. It says Jesse saw one bat each night for 7 nights. Write a multiplication fact to show how many bats he saw. Okay, so you're going to write a multiplication fact to show one bat for 7 each night for 7 nights. How many bats did he see in all of those nights? Then for 3 nights in a row, Jillian has caught 0 fireflies. Write a multiplication fact. So you are writing in actual multiplication facts there. Then you're going to do follow the signs, section 3, adding carefully and subtracting carefully. And then you've got your brain booster there that you're going to be working on. And then put your pencils down for a minute because we're going to talk about something else very important. On the back, page 10, you are telling time to the nearest minute now. So we know that our clock, we've reviewed that in the first video. When we look at our clock, remember we said our minute hand counts by what? By 5s, but it has to pass through 1, 2, 3, 4 knobs to get to 5. So there's 4 and then it's 5, and then there's 4 more and then it's 5, and then there's 4 more and then it's 5. Hold on one second. All right, so remember, so we've talked about the fact that it goes by 5s, but there's going to be times where you're going to see that big hand in between the 5, 10, 15, 20. So that is to the nearest minute. So obviously all of these little marks right here are counting by 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you're going to count in between, but it's going to be easy because you already have a guide. Once you get to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, well, if it's 2 past that, then you're going to say 25, 26, 27. Okay? So that's all that you're going to do when you are counting to the nearest minute. When you are telling time to the nearest minute, you count by 5s until you get to that number and then start counting by 1s. Okay? So I'll do the first problem that's on your page with you. And if you're looking carefully, it looks something similar to this. Okay, so it should be like right about here. And we know that our small hand, he talks first, right? So he's going to say 4, so it's 4 o'clock, but our big hand isn't on the 3, which we already know, 5, 10, 15. Oh no, it's after the 3. What do I do? After the 15, you just count by 1s. 15, 16, 17. So it would be 4, 17. How easy is that, right? And since you guys are already so smart with your clocks, this is going to be super, super simple. Whenever you're going to the nearest minute, you're telling time to the nearest minute, count by your 5s, and then after that 5, then you count by 1s. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and then 40. Okay? So that's how you would easily be able to do that. That's what you're going to be working on page 10. You're going to do section 4, where you're going to look carefully and see where that big hand minute is telling you what minute it's on. It might look really close, but if it's right close to the 5, but it's not on the 5, then it's not 25, it's going to be 26. Or if it's really close to the 6, but it's not on the 6, it's not 30, it's going to be 29. So you have to look at those really carefully. If you need to draw a little bit so you can see what number it's actually on, feel free to do that so you make sure that you get those correct. Then for section 5, you are drawing in your own. So make sure the small hand is small, looks small enough, and then your bigger hand, make sure it's big enough so that I know that's your minute hand, and draw it right to those lines. 5:56, 1:01, 7:28. And so remember, 1:01, it's not going to go to that 5. 1:05, it's it's going to go 101. So 1 tick mark. So count those ticks in between. Then you're going to measure, which you won't be able to because you probably don't have your rulers at home, and I'm not going to send them home so that you don't have to worry about sending them back. If you do have a ruler at home, feel free to use it so you can do that section. If you don't worry about it. And then all you're doing for section 7 is writing the numbers in expanded form. So I'm not going to do these ones for you because I want you to think carefully, but remember what expanded form is. When I look at my number that I have here, 9,851, how many thousands do we have? We have 9,000, right? That's why it's 9,000. Plus how many hundreds? 800. Plus how many tens? Plus 50, because we have 5 tens. Plus how many ones? 1. That's writing in expanded form. So you're just taking this number, 9,000 plus 800 plus 50 plus 1 equals 9,851. All right, do you remember that? So that's all you're doing for when you're writing an expanded form, and then you're done with your page and you get to be done with math. All right, so I hope that helped. If you have any questions, have mom or dad send me a text and or send me an email or something like that, and I will help as much as I can. All right, see you later for the next subject. Bye, guys.